Good evening, everybody, and how are we doing? I just realised I hadn't gone live on Instagram, so I've just had to quickly hit that button. How are we doing all? It is, of course, the weekend before Christmas. We're here doing our pub quiz, which has meant Amanda has came in. She's out of focus again now, isn't she? Let's just see if I can get a bit more in focus.
That's just because you want to be the centre of attention.
Yeah, of course. It's my show at the end of the day. How are we all doing? Well, let's see. There we go. That's better. That's got it. So let's see, first of all, if we've got anybody out there. We've got Kate saying, good evening, Veg Army. Good evening to you. Rob is there saying, hi all. Good evening to you. Scott from Seed to Table Plot 13, a.k.a. Chef Scott. Good evening, all. Good evening to you. Turbo Stream, good evening, Veg Podcasters. Good evening to you. Digwell, hi team. Hope you have sharpened your pencils. LOL. Well, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes while we go through these comments to go get your pencils and pads and get ready for this quiz. And let me know when you have got your pen and pencil at the ready. Hargrave Gas is there. All forgot it was a quiz. Hope everyone has a great week and is nearly sorted for the festive break. I think we are. Yeah. We are pretty sorted, actually. I harvested a load of vegetables yesterday, so we're really good. Nathan is there saying, hello all, good evening to you. Rob's also saying evening all. I think he said that already. And now live from Norwich, It's the quiz of the week. Only aged among us will know what that refers to. Please enlighten us. I've got no idea what that means, Norwich. Anna Jones, good evening, Gardeners. Good evening to you. Nicola, evening, lovelies. Hope these gale force winds haven't been an issue for you. You think you know?
Yes.
Okay, you are older than me. Go on.
Well, we'll see. Sorry, okay. I'm the dog's down here in case people wonder what I'm doing.
Jenny says, hello, everyone. I hope you're all well and had a great week. She also says, hello, Amanda. Rob says, good evening, Miss at the Veg Grower podcast. Anna Jones, hi, Amanda. Digger says, I hope that is alcoholic, Amanda. You need something strong for this show. Believe me, I know. Yeah. Rob says, Nicholas Parsons.
Oh, that wasn't what I was thinking.
I have no idea.
I was thinking Alan Partridge.
Oh,
because of Norwich.
Yeah, don't know. Rebecca, it's good evening. Good evening to you. Digwell says, sail for Centrally. LOL. Used to love that show. I've never heard of it, I'll be honest.
What, Nicholas Parsons?
Sail of a Century. Jenny says, paper and a half working Sharpie. It will be fine. Fingers crossed. It'll be fine.
Well, we've got the Sharpie for
We've got a Sharp. Sail of a Century, says Turbo Stream. Clearly, Digwell is aged. Let's have a quick look on Instagram. Plot 24B has joined the Messi allotment at Tier, and Carrie's allotment has joined. Welcome along. Hope you are well. Turbo Stream, I have my paper and pen to hand. And Graham says, evening, everyone. Shall we get into it? So what we've got 4 rounds. We're going to go through each round. We'll go through the questions first, and then we'll go through the answers on each round so that we can keep everyone up and running. I think what we're going to do first is this one right here, which is the garden tools.
Am I meant to be playing along? Because I didn't bring a pen and paper.
No, you're just here for encouragement. Hopefully everybody can hear you okay as well. So what we've got in this round is we've got some pictures of some garden tools. We'll go through each one. I'll give you about 30 seconds on each one. I really should have set a timer. But you write down what the garden tool is called. It's as easy as that. All these questions, once again, as every year, Margaret has very kindly dedicated a lot of time to doing. So we're going to thank her very much for this quiz. But first of all, let's get the garden tools round into it. First up, we've got this one. Wonder what that could be. A bit of a difficult one, but it is very, very interesting. I'm counting in my head 30 seconds. Do not answer in the comments. Yes, Digwell's just said, do not answer in the comments because it's all for fun, of course. But what we're going to do, you write it down. We will go through the answers. That's been about 30 seconds. Next one. Is that enough time? 30 seconds?
I think so.
I think so. Next one. What is this? I know this one because it's a tool I use a lot, and I think it's one of my favorite tools at that. It's very, very useful. I don't know if anybody else has one, but they are well worth the investment. Plus, they look pretty awesome as well. Um, just don't walk around with it in your on your person out and about. That's been 30 seconds, so on to the next one. What is this tool? What could this tool be? Any ideas? It's quite a nice looking tool, isn't it? I can't say I've seen this particular one in Jenny's. I can't say I've seen this particular tool out in the market, but I can see why it would be useful, and certainly got some things that do a very similar thing. That is 30 seconds. On to the next one. What is this one? There's actually quite a big clue in this picture as well as to what it is, and you can clearly see what it does, but what is it called? Very useful tool again if you plant a lot of these things.
That's not where my mind goes when I see that.
No, but it's got a number of uses
Yes.
that we use it for as well. So that's been 30 seconds. Next one. This is actually another very useful tool. I think it's actually got two names. We'll discuss that when we come to the answer. But I've got one of these on the allotment. It's probably one of my most used tools. And well, yeah, we'll come to that when we come to the answers. I'd love to know if you've got any of these tools yourself. Obviously,
No.
don't answer the question when you're writing it down. That's 30 seconds. I'm getting good at this counting at the same time. Now, this was an interesting tool. I've never seen one of these. I don't know what it does, although according to its name, there's a big clue in the title. No idea what this tool does or how you use it or anything like that. But yeah, it's a tool. It's a tool. You know, we don't have to use all the tools that we are talking about as long as we use the tools that we need. That's been 30 seconds. So the next one, interesting one, this one actually. I'd never seen this and it looks very interesting. I reckon it could do quite a bit of damage as well if you've used this incorrectly. But nonetheless, I think it is a great looking tool. I'm going to have a quick check on Instagram and make sure nothing's going on. Go over there. No, all good. Yeah, Jenny says she took her one into Tesco's by accident. I wouldn't do that with this tool either. It looks quite nasty, to say the least. That has been 30 seconds. On to, oh, this is a good one, actually. I'm sure everybody would use this.
I think I actually know what that one is.
Yeah, we've got quite a few of them scattered all over the place, actually.
Do
We
we?
have so many, yeah. That was Roxy, by the way. She's just saying hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we have quite a few of these tools in various disguises and sizes and things like that. Well, probably one of the most useful tools, especially if you are a no-dig gardener. Yeah, and that the manufacturer of that one is actually on the data plate of this one. But even Roxy knows that one. But that has been 30 seconds. So what's this one? This is a good one, actually. Quite an obvious one. We do have one of these somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. Not quite the same as this. But again, they come in many different disguises and what have you, variations. But it's pretty obvious what it is, I think. But it's only obvious if you know the answer. Kate says hi, Roxy, to Roxy. Don't give her credit for barking. We're trying to discourage her from that.
It's very cuddly right now.
She's tired. She's tired. We've knackered her out this weekend. Next one, that's been 30 seconds. These look, you wouldn't want to go kickboxing with these, would you? They would cause
And
some
for
real
gardening.
damage. They're for gardening.
Oh, I'm
They
thinking
are
somewhere else.
for gardening. I mean, you could probably use them on the football field as well, or something like
I was
that.
thinking Everest.
Something Doctor Who uses it against the Daleks. Good one, good one. But what is it? What is it? That's what we want to know.
They're not made by Gucci, are they?
No, they're definitely not Gucci. No. That has been 30 seconds. On to the next one. I think this is, no, it's maybe one more after this, but this is quite a common tool. Very old-fashioned tool. Again, you wouldn't want to have to have an axe or meet somebody on a dark night with one of these.
Are you sure this is a gardening tools round and not like, Criminal Minds or something?
It could be Criminal Minds, but yeah. Hopefully the audio is coming through good and fine, because I've only got the one microphone set up for us. But let me know in the comments if you're having any troubles hearing us. But what is this tool? What would you call it? It's quite an old-fashioned one. I've got a couple of these that I've used in the past. They can be very useful if you know how to use them, but they are a lot of work. That's been 30 seconds. What is this tool? Now, it's not a great picture. And so far, torture tool, says TurboStream. This could be quite a torturous tool used in the wrong way. It's not a great picture, granted, but the clues are there if you know what it is. No. Scott says audio is good. Fantastic. That's good. Criminal Wines Veg Edition. Stuart says, Merry Christmas to all. Sorry, I have to miss this week's live show. See you all next week. Take care, my friend. Lovely to see you nonetheless. So I think that has been 30 seconds, and that is all. That is all of them. Anybody think Plot 52 has joined over on Instagram? Does everybody know, or anybody want any clues on any? I don't think we will. I think we'll just go straight into the answers. Are you ready for this? Are you? Again, this is all for fun, so there's no cheating, no point in cheating, because we're not going to get anything out of it. Run out of paper. Was thinking there would be 10 questions. So I think there's about 12 questions on each one. And Digwell says no clues. So Digwell has spoken. But we have the answers. So first one, crow's foot cultivator.
Excuse me.
Okay, go deal with the dog. She opening presents, isn't she? Crow's foot cultivator. Would accept cultivator, because that's quite a difficult one to know exactly what it is. But yeah, I've got a few of these. Great for breaking up the soil if you have uneven soil. Great for going through your compost as well when you're trying to spread your compost. Jenny pot clawfoot. So I'd accept that. I would accept that. Next one. Hori knife. This is what Jenny took into Tesco's, which is not a good thing to do, but this is probably one of the most useful tools that I can think for the gardening world, because Hori stands for dig. It can be used as a little trowel, it can be used for cutting things, and they're really well made tools. Hori. Just quickly, Jenny pot clawfoot. Rob thinks he's got 7. Digwell says it's not a back scratcher then. No, not a back scratcher, but I can see why it was used. And also pot clawfoot. I'll accept it. I'd accept it. But Hori. Hargrave, yes, got one at last. Thank goodness for the Hori. Next one, a widger. Now, this is an interesting tool. You don't see many of these around, but the idea being it's a very small trowel. And as I understand it, if you're creating plug plants or something, you can just take out enough soil to get a little plug plant in. That's my understanding of this particular tool. It's also very good for removing dandelion roots and things like that. But a widger is what that one is. I'd be interested to know how many people actually got the answer to that one, and how many people have one or have used one. So it's not an easy one, the widger. Moving on from that, bulb auger. I've actually got one of these, and um, I find the one of these actually very good if you're trying to pot. I think Digwell gave me the idea for this actually. Um, it's very good if you're trying to put stakes in the ground. It's actually good for creating the hole for that, but also for planting bulbs at set uh, distances, etc., etc. Just plugs into your drill. You drill it into the ground. It removes the soil, and then you pot in your bulbs. As easy as that. Let's just have a quick look on the comments. Digwell says, I have a widget, but I called it a podger. Jenny says, I put plug trowel. Never heard of a widget. It looks good. Nicholas says, I have one of those made by Gardenia. Jenny says, love that name, Plodger. I went with bulb drill, and Digwell went with soil auger. Great for making holes for bean poles, etc. I would accept soil auger as long as the auger is in the ground. Drill, not so much, I'm afraid to say, but auger I would accept. Next, a scaffold hoe. But I would also call this a stirrup hoe. I've got one of these on the allotment. It's great because it has a blade on two ends. So you push it away, it cuts your weeds. And when you pull it back, it also cuts your weeds. So you're getting twice as much weeding power from one tool. This is why I have this on the allotment. It's really, really, really quite a good tool. Difficult to really keep sharp is the only downside because of its shape. Unlike a normal Dutch hoe, which is easy to get really sharp, I find this to be like that. Digwell has also said there's many other names: oscillating hoe, reciprocating hoe. Again, I'd accept those. There's quite a few names. Yeah, oscillating and oscillating. I would accept those. I would definitely accept those. I wouldn't accept Dutch hoe because that's a different type. Onion hoe I wouldn't accept either, but oscillating or reciprocating or scuffle hoe, or there's lots of different names. There's probably reasons for all these different names as well. Stirrup hoe is the one I usually call it. Ho, ho, ho.
That's what I was thinking.
Ho, ho, ho. Lawn loot. Now, this is a tool I've never seen. I'm guessing you run this over the lawn for, I don't know, scarifying or removing moss is my guess. It doesn't look like it, but I've never heard of one. I've never seen one. I don't know what it does. Maybe it's not for scarifying. Maybe it's for just general maintenance. I don't know. Never seen one. Never seen one. I'd love to know if anybody has heard of one, seen one, or used one. Digwell says, 3 to Kate, 3 ladies of a night visiting Santa. Digwell says, lawn sander. I guess I don't know what this tool does, so I would accept lawn sander. I'm not going to say. Kate says lawn scarifier, which I know it's not that. Scarifier is normally for basically like raking up all the dead thatch and moss out of the lawn. But lawn leveler, it could be another used for filling and leveling lawns, which would make sense. That would actually make sense. Is it what they used to put the stripes in lawn? No, what they would put in a stripe for stripes is a roller. On the back of a lawnmower often. But I've no idea what this tool does. Anna says for squeezing excess water out, maybe. Scott says, I went lawn scarifier, never heard of a lawn loot. No, I probably should have looked this one up when I didn't know what it was, but I like this to be as much of a surprise for me as with you. This was a tool I'd also never heard of. It looks quite painful. It's a ladybird shovel. Now I can see the spade part of it, but with that sharp end to it as well, I sort of thought that looks quite painful. It's probably good for really digging out perennial weeds or roots and things like that. A bit similar to this tool here, the perennial spade. but that looks like it could be a lot more sharper damage as well.
I'm more concerned about the ladybug it's shoveling.
Why it's called a ladybug. By the way, lawn loot is used to level sand on the lawn or bark chippings.
Why are we sticking sand on a lawn?
Sand helps with aeration. You do
Of course it
get
does.
lawn sand and stuff. So there we go. And you top dress lawns and loot evenly spreads the top dress. So there we go. Interesting. Thank you very much for that, Margaret. That's a good. That answers that. A dibber, of course, a dibber. I've got hundreds of those all over the place. I'm amazed there's not any in here, but probably one of my most used tools after the hori knife. Just purely because dib a hole where you drop a plant into it, as easy as that, especially if you are young seedlings and things like that. I imagine most of you have got a dibber, even if it's just a pencil that we sometimes use. Fruit picker. This is obvious when you know the answer.
You do have one of those, yes.
I do somewhere. Good for picking apples off high up in the trees if they're too high to get without a ladder and stuff. Much safer, I think, unless they clobber you on the head, of course. But yeah, just picking apples, pears, and things like that. Nice and easy one, that one. Next.
Shoes for Everest.
Shoes for Everest or
hang on.
North Pole.
Doesn't that help aerate a lawn?
Yeah, that does help aerate a lawn. You are right. That's an aerator sandals for basically walking along, and you walk along the lawn. The spikes pot holes in the ground, which then allows nitrogen into the soil, and then that feeds the grass that grows there. Basically is the idea. You would also put some sand in it and stuff like that to help with it. I've never used them. I've got no intention of using it. I don't really care for the lawn. I'm more about growing vegetables, but I do enjoy cutting a lawn. That's the only job I do enjoy like that. But yeah, there's much easier ways to use, much safer ways. I mean, I wouldn't like to fall over in those or have an accident with one of those, I have to say.
I know this one, and now I can't think of what the name is, but I know it comes with that man.
A scythe.
That's it.
It's a scythe.
Comes with that man.
It's a scythe. Yeah, it comes with the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, that's the man.
The Grim Reaper. Yep, scythe. I thought that was a nice, easy one. I've got a couple of scythes. Some are good for cutting really long grass, but you do have to keep it shaped. But it's quite a workout using a scythe. I can see why people don't use them so much anymore, but there are many out there for it. But yeah, scythe. And this one, I think this was a difficult one. It's a garden syringe. It's a very old-fashioned tool, and you would basically stop putting it on a bottle or something like that and go like that. I believe, anyway, looking at it, and you would just use it sort of spraying stuff around. I think I could be wrong on that, but that's my take on it.
The quiz master will let us know.
The quiz master would let us know. I'm sure. So where were we? Loads of dimmers. I can't find one. Rob says got this one. I said apple picker. Scott said and fruit picker. I would accept that for that one. Apple or fruit picker. That's fair enough. Kate says I thought that was for leaves. The spikes. I can see why you thought that, actually. Digwell says, not a brazier, then. No, not a brazier. Unless that's another name for it, of course. Some of these tools have so many names, it can be very tricky to keep up. I've seen a small one for gooseberries. That would be handy, actually, because I don't like the spikes on gooseberries. So many tools for lawns. Glad I don't have one. A lawn is hard work if you really want a good lawn. Ian says, I have them spike shoes. You need a pole to use them as you can fall over. That's what I thought would happen. You need like a walking stick to help you. Yikes, that would be a spicy brazier, Digwell. I made the brazier for Portland. Okay. I said sprayer. Yeah, I can see why. 8 out of 12 for this round, Turbo Stream. Excellent. Weed sprayer. Push pull sprayer, flit sprayer. I definitely got that one wrong. And Margaret says syringe for accurate spraying, only the plant you want to spray. That's what I thought, but that's worded better. I thought it was like a weed sprayer, but instead of spraying a big area, it's a very concentrated area, which works much better. There we go. There we go. Thank you very much for that. How many points did you get? 5 out of 12 for us. Don't worry, we have got 3 more rounds to go. 3 more rounds to go. So you've got plenty of chance to make up. Nicholas says 11 out of 12. Digwell, 9 out of 12 for me. Jenny, 7 out of 12. Hargrave, I got 5 correct. All tools I own. Rebecca says 4 for me. Excellent, excellent. Are we ready for the next round?
Yep.
Now, Amanda says she is.
Oh, God.
Now, this is actually, I think this is going to be quite an easy round because if you pay attention, I'm only going to give you 30 seconds. I'm going to get my timer out, actually. Because it was tricky. Where's my timer on this now? Clock, there we go.
Timer. Yeah.
Stopwatch. Right. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Basically, you're going to see the cover of a book, and all you got to do is recognize. Oh, and checked Instagram actually. Oh, lots of people there. Plot 52 used for leveling. John Belusic has also joined. Sorry, it's a bit difficult to keep an eye on that at the same time. Rob Scott 8 and Kate says 4. So yeah, you're going to see the cover of several books. We'll go through one at a time, and you just got to come up with the author. So ready? First book, A Year in the Small Garden. Now you probably can see there's a big clue in there. Obviously the author's picture is on the author herself is is in that book cover as well, so you may recognize her from a certain TV program. Let us know. That is nearly 30 seconds. So the next one, I wonder who this could be. I think again the answer is there in the picture, but Scott says her name is as well. There's a few clues in some of these, so just keep an eye on it. You may get away with it. It says the name on the books, not all of them, but it may not be.
Oh, you're just easing people in gently.
I'm just making it. They're not always going to be easy. Next book. There is a big giveaway in this one. Good.
Yeah.
Yep. Go for it. Let us know or write it down as to who you think it could be. That's why this is going to be a quick round. Margaret says, sorry, I messed that up. Flick through them quick. Don't worry, I did exactly the same.
Oh, I thought you did it.
No, Margaret did all these. Apparently, next one. Those are the answer pictures. I took them from the questions, the pictures from the question. When Margaret sent me over files with the questions and answers, and I took these from the questions, not the answers. So, yeah. Is that Richard Saget? No. But don't worry. You may not get them. It's a bit of fun. It's all a bit of fun. Next one. Who could this be? Who could this be?
They don't actually look like them there.
He doesn't, does he? Actually, no. He does. He looks quite a bit younger there. I mean, I don't know how old this book is, but he does look quite a bit younger in that one.
Yeah.
I think you've used the answers pictures instead of the questions picture. Well, I have to admit, I didn't check the pictures on the answers. I took them off the questions. I'll double check that. Next one. I don't know who this could be. But hey, it gives everybody the chance to get a maximum score. Or could it? Could it be?
I'm not convinced you haven't taken the answer pictures.
I will have a look in a minute and see what we get. But I'm pretty certain that I've taken them from the questions. So It's all
I'm not
complicated stuff.
Margaret.
It's all complicated stuff. That's been 30 seconds. The next one. Hey, it's all a good laugh. It's all a good laugh. Lots of people are joining in on Instagram.
I wonder if they can get
wonder if they can get the answers. Just say what you see. Well, that's actually another round. Say what you see. But
maybe we should try a different name, not the one on the book.
Yeah. The most inaccurate, accurate answers would be anyway. That's 30 seconds. Any ideas who wrote this book? Any ideas? Any ideas at all? I don't have a clue.
I can't wait for you to check.
It's going to be. I'm going to.
I think it's
double
you.
check. I'm pretty certain because I went to the Garden questions, and then I copy and pasted from the questions, etc. Next one. Any ideas who this can be? If anybody doesn't get all these correct, I'll be amazed. How to be a gardener, back to basics. Has anybody read any of these books as well? That's another question to throw out there.
That's the more important question.
That's the more important question. Who could have written this book? It's a quick fire round, so I'm only making sure I give you 30 seconds. Carrie Ann, is that Charlie Sheen? Yeah, it is young years. Next one. Who? No. I was going to say, who could this be? His name's not there, but I've just seen it is. Who could this one be? I wonder.
What's that? What they look like?
That's what he looks like. I mean, this is obviously a very old book because he's certainly not that young looking anymore, and I mean that with greatest respect. Yeah. I think this is quite an old book. This one. That has been 30 seconds. I think, who could this one be? This one's not so easy, actually.
Why are you looking at something I'm not then?
This one's not. No. Who could have written this? I mean, again, there is a big clue in the photo, but who could it be? Who could it be? Who could it be? I wonder. And I'm going to quickly bring the other question. Oh no. Who's written this one?
I've never seen this book in my life.
No. I know. I've never seen the bloke before either.
No.
I'm gonna right. Has that been 30 seconds? I got 10 seconds left. Which one was this? Gardening book quiz. I'm bringing it up. That. Oh no, I did use the wrong pictures.
Of course you did.
I did use the wrong pictures.
Margaret, I knew it wasn't you.
I did use the wrong pictures. But hey, it's all a bit of fun, isn't it? All a bit of fun.
Have you been on the Christmas, jolly already?
Yeah, that was my mistake. I could have sworn I didn't do that. But I did. That was my mistake. But hey, hopefully it's given everybody the chance to get 12 points out of that round. How many do you think you've got in that round? Rob says, has he got a brother called Jack? Maybe. I still got 2 wrong because I thought it was a con. It's Digwell, says one of those. Something is fishy. I did start to write a book, but no one could understand my accent, says Digwell. Is that Charlie Sheen? I've read. Nope. I have all but one so far. Oh, that's Amanda, apparently. Katie Fennell. Never seen the last one. Got them all, but don't know 3 of them. I got 4. Yep, 12. Scott says, I was honest, but have gone with the ones I would have got anyway and ended up with 11 out of 12. Do you think? Has Amanda been giving you a pint of cider? I had a lot. For me, I had a lot to drink last night, actually, so that might have something to do with it. I got 2 as I thought the names were wrong and we had to guess the correct ones. Jenny says 12. Shall we go through the answers? Because I completely messed up that round. Apologies to Margaret for that, but it's a bit of fun at the end of the day, isn't it? So, how many got this one right? It was Francis Top Hill, of course, A Year in a Small Garden. One of my favourite gardening presenters and authors, I've got to say as well. We don't have TV anymore, so I haven't seen her on the TV in a long time. Although, interestingly, we got a letter from TV licensing the other day, didn't we? That's another story for another day. Who wrote this one? Who wrote this one? It's Monty Don, Gardening from Berry Fields. Where's Berry Fields? Never heard of that one, but again, this looks like it's quite an old book, but yeah, Gardening from Berry Fields by Monty Don. Next one, Charlie Dimmick, Enjoy Your Gardening for Everyone. I don't know there was a big clue in that. I don't know what the clue was though. I can't believe I did that. I am not sending you the answers next time.
I agree, Margaret.
I think that might be a better way of doing it. I messed up. I really messed up. I could have sworn I clicked on. Well, I didn't. The Rich Brothers, Love Your Plot. I've never met those two actually. I've been at shows where they've been at, but I've never met them. The Rich Brothers.
Are they the people that did that TV show?
They did do a TV show, yeah.
Where they did people's gardens?
TV's Garden Rescue.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah, Rich Brothers. But hey, this one, I think this was an easy one. Adam Frost, of course, How to Create Your Garden. Turbo Stream says Richard had one job this week. And yeah, I did have one job and messed it up.
Yep.
But never mind. There's always next year. And hey, it's given everybody the chance to get full points in one round.
That's your Christmas gift to everybody.
Carol Klein, autobiography. At least now you can say that you've all, you've scored 12 out of 12 on a Garden Authors book. I had a book turn up this week, actually. I think I've spoken about this before. Lucy Chamberlain's book that's coming out on the 2nd of January. I've been sent an advanced copy this week. Really good book. If you are looking for one, How to Grow Veg Anywhere. Grow Veg Anywhere. Sorry, Lucy Chamberlain. Really good book. Percy Thrower's Everyday Gardening in Colour. You don't see people smoking a pipe like that anymore, especially in the media, do you? Or in mainstream media, I should say. Yeah, Percy Throwers. Am I correct in saying that somebody lives near his garden in the audience, or am I wrong on that? Let us know. Next one, Sue Kent, Garden Notes. She's relatively recently came on the scene, hasn't she, Sue Kent, as I understand? Again, I've not read this book, so I don't know anything about it. But let me know if you've read it, if it's any good. Alan Titchmarsh, How to Be a Gardener, Back to Basics. Accompanies the TV series. Again, I think this was quite an old book because he looks very, very young in that picture as well, doesn't he?
Does he?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say.
I don't know. I haven't seen him recently.
Yeah. Growing Undercover by Bob Flowerdew. Again, I know this is quite an old one.
I just didn't imagine him with a plait.
Oh, yeah, he's very long hair.
No, I
very
didn't
long
know
hair.
that.
Yeah. He pees on everything as well. Is his answer to many things. Keeps people from pinching his raspberries, he says. Makes sense. Percy Throw's garden is near Shrewsbury. There we go. I knew it was near somewhere, or we've spoken about it before. This was Katie Rushworth, Plants, Beds and Borders. Is this an OHS book? No, it's from the ITV. Check you haven't done the same with the veg round. I did. The veg round? Oh, yeah.
I don't think Margaret's going to have a lot of faith in you right
No,
now.
I haven't got a lot of faith in myself either. There was there was only 4 rounds, wasn't there? Yes, 4 rounds, and one round's the question and answers.
I think maybe Margaret should be here next year.
This one was Skinny Jean Gardner.
Whoop, whoop.
How to Get Kids Gardening. Of course, very good friend of ours, and that's his book. That's his book. We got a couple of copies of this book for somehow. I don't know how we've ended up with so many, but we do. How many of those books have you got, and how many got 12 out of 12? Where were we with the comments? So, Margaret says, I'm not sending you the answers next time. Rob says, I have got a couple of Monty's books. Ooh, she has put loads of weight on, I think, talking about Charlie. Richard, one job this week. Them and Charlie Dimmock. I would love Lucy's book. It's a really good book. If you're going to buy, if you get any Amazon vouchers or anything like that, there will be a link in pretty much every blog post at the moment about this book to it on Amazon. Go and check it out. Well worth it, I reckon. Rob says he was a good gardener. Talking about Percy. Yeah. Not a single book that I have or would read. I don't have, apart from, I think there's only one book in that lot that I've got a copy of. Well, actually more than one copy. Sue is so lovely. I've seen her at an event, and she's always full of smiles, which is always nice. Same here, Steve. Percy's Throw Garden is near Shrewsbury. Check you haven't done the same with a veg round. I'm pretty certain I haven't. Kate says, I beg your finest apologies. Bob does what? He pees on everything. If you ever hear him answer, he pees on everything. You have a question only round, then the cryptic round left. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. And she wears a bra now too.
Oh, I didn't know
Says,
that.
I didn't know that either, Nicola. Beddoes has a signed copy of Lee's book. Right, so how many of you got 12 out of 12? Because I reckon pretty much everybody should have got 12 out of 12. We'll get on with the next round, which is going to be the cute question round. But I've got right down here, I have made some, not the best looking mince pies. I've made some mince pies today.
No, these are the better ones because they've oozed.
See, I make mince pies. I remember when Amanda and I were in our courting days when we first got together.
Oh, so long ago.
So when we liked each other. We were at a Christmas gathering, and our friend, I think quite a few of us brought some mince pies, and our friend made these beautiful looking mince pies. They were all very intricate, very very lovely looking. And I brought mine, and they looked like this. As I said, I'm not a fancy, but I just make food that tastes good is my answer to that, especially when it comes to spending time making it look good. So they had mine, and they had our friends, and everybody turned around and said, actually, we preferred yours tasted better, and that's something I think applies. So shall we give us a try?
I do have a minor thing that it hasn't.
Go on.
I think it needed to be in a bit longer to do that really oozy, crispy bit.
Yeah. They're good though. Homemade mince pies and still warm. I did make a video, of course, but in the past I've made our own mincemeat for them, and that was really nice. A mix of brandy, sugar, dried fruits, and suet. But I bought mincemeat for this, and a puff pastry, just 125 grams of butter, 250 grams of flour. Squeeze it all together to make breadcrumbs, and then add a drop of water and bring it all together, and then roll it out and cut it and
Eat it.
Cook it in the oven for half an hour. But they are nice.
If you do say so yourself.
If I do say so. Eat one and you say what you think.
I'll have one in a minute.
So Turbo Stream got 12 out of 12. Kate says I got 12. Got a few Alan Titchmarsh books and Garden World books, says Nicola. Allotted Chef got 12. Hargrave Gas, 12 for me. Won't do that again. Digwell says try using puff pastry on the top of the pies. Oh, remember making puff pastry. It took me forever to make puff pastry. Do you remember that? As when I lived in my flat, I made croissants.
That was the croissants.
Yeah, that's basically puff pastry.
That was hideous. You're not doing that again.
Jenny says 12. Not sure how I managed it. You cheated. You know me too well. Alison O'Brien, evening all. Hope you're all well. Sorry I've not been here for a while. I've had a lot to deal with. Hope you're okay, Alison. Lovely to see you. Hope everything's been well for you. Well, obviously not well.
As well as it can be.
As well as it can be. Thank you. Digwet says, a lady with a cookery school came last in a sausage roll class at a local show. Isn't it just? Isn't it just? Nicholas says 12. Just buy puff pastry. Digwet says rough puff is quite quick. How do you make rough puff? I'm interested. I mean, you could, I could just buy puff pastry, but half the thing that Amanda likes is when I make my own pastry, because I make them all for her.
It's good to see you cooking.
Send
us the rough puff info.
Right.
That's Snoopy Doo now, isn't it?
It is.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so let's do the Q&A round.
You're going to read the question, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to read. I'm going to read the question. There's 10 questions in this round, so a maximum of 10 points. So I'll go through the 10 questions. I'll give you a minute on each question from when I start reading it. Let's get the timer out again. A minute on each question from when I start reading it, and then we'll go through the answers after that. So let's get into it. Question 1. Which weed plant takes its name from the Italian phrase for beautiful woman? Which weed plant takes its name from the Italian phrase for beautiful woman? Interesting. It's very obvious when you know the answer, is all I would say on that.
Oh, good.
By the way, I've got a couple of videos for this one as well, this round, so they'll come up. Might see a couple of familiar faces. But you've had 35 seconds so far, so another 20 seconds before we'll get on to the next one. But write down your answers. We will go through the answers after I've asked these questions. Right. And that has been 1 minute. So question 2, which television presenter and gardener owns a garden in Herefordshire called Long Meadow? And I'll say that question again. Which television presenter and gardener owns a garden in Herefordshire called Long Meadow? Do you know that one?
I might
without seeing the answer.
do. I might not.
You might do, you might not. But hey, it might be. Oh, that's not good. The screen's just gone blank on that computer. I couldn't print it out for some reason. Digwet says, grate frozen butter over the pastry and fold it a few times, just like when we did the croissants. Cool down and roll it out a few times, cooling down between rolls. Yeah, that's just like when I did croissants.
That's also like when I make biscuits for sausage gravy, because I grate the butter into it.
That's been 1 minute. So the next question is, what herb beginning with A contains a gel with soothing properties? What herb beginning with A contains a gel with soothing properties? We actually have some of that, or we did have anyway, some of this growing in here somewhere. Unless you killed it.
I'm more confused by the question.
You wouldn't think of it as a herb, but actually it is a herb.
Yes.
Bearded growers, please do not put the answers in the comments.
Or what you think
is what you think is the answer. You meant to write it down on a bit of paper. Lovely to see you guys, by the way. Hope you are well. It's all just for fun. All just for fun. I mean, you can't get any...
Unless you were in the previous round.
Unless you were in the previous round. Question 4 of this round. How long does it take to produce asparagus from the first time you plant it?
Ooh,
He does say, oh, bugger, sorry. No worries. No harm done.
I don't think that's the time it takes.
You don't think it? Yeah. How long does it take to produce asparagus from when you first plant it? Good one. Good one, that one. Good, that one. Indeed. And I'm just going to bring up, because this next one we actually have a video for, but we'll just wait a minute and see where we get with that. You've got 10 seconds before we hit this video. 2, 1. Okay, so question 5.
Merry Christmas, Veg Army. Right, so what is a more common name for an alligator pear?
Oh, hang on. Yep, sorry. Yep, indeed. What is, thank you very much to Kate for that. What is another name for alligator pear?
I thought that's what she said.
Yeah, what is another name for alligator pear? It's quite an obvious one, actually.
Love the Christmas tree.
Love the Christmas tree, yeah. Well, she does. I don't, because I don't like Christmas.
Sorry.
Shh. Phone should be on silent, and no Googling as well. I should have said that at the beginning. No Googling these answers. So, yeah. Got about 10 seconds to answer. What is another more common name for an alligator pear? That's it. That's been a minute. So number 6, question 6. Can you eat broad bean pods? Answer A could be yes at any time, B, yes when young, or C, not at any time. So just go over that question once again. Can you eat broad bean pods? Yes at any time as A, B, yes when young, or C, not at any time. Yeah, we've had experience in it. Well, I have anyway. You have actually in this question as well. So I won't. Well, we'll tell you the results of that later on. Oh, next question, number 7.
It's not like the oysters, is it?
Oysters? No,
No, okay.
no. We've got another video for the next question as well. So here we go. Right, that's been 1 minute, and time for question 7.
Hi, right, guys. Excuse the mess behind me. Been cooking all day, making these little fondant figures to go on my Christmas cake. Look. Anyway, there's a question here somewhere. Here we are. In the 17th century, which spring garden bulb was exchanged as a form of currency? I don't know this one, and I'm not going to Google it. I'll repeat that for you. In the 17th century, which spring garden bulb was exchanged as a form of currency?
That was obviously Digwell there. Digwell Greenfingers asking the question, what, in the 17th century, I can't see it now, what spring garden bulb in the 17th century was used as a form of currency? Amanda thinks she knows that one.
I know that one.
Yeah.
I would like one of the fondant little people. I thought they were wicked.
They did look good,
Yes.
don't they?
Do we have a picture of what it actually turned out like?
Watch his YouTube channel. I'm sure it'll be on there. That's been 1 minute, though. 1 minute. So, question 8. What would you use to feed garlic? A, nitrogen, B, manure, or C, potash?
Or D, a spoon.
Not answer D. Not answer D. It's A, B, or C. Feed the plant. Feed the plant. This is a bit of a tricky one, but yeah.
That's why D works.
That's why D works. What would you use to feed garlic? A, nitrogen, B, manure, or C, potash? Bit of a tricky one because it's not quite the answer I would have gone for. And I'm going to go with the answer that's written down for this round. But you got a 1 in 3 chance if you're going to guess of what it could be. Just checking, keeping an eye on the time. Question 9. Which of these takes the longest time to mature? A. Curly kale, B. Brussels sprouts, or C. shallots? Which of these takes the longest time to mature? A. Curly kale, B. Brussels sprouts, or C. shallots? What do you think that could be? I know the answer because it's in front of me. It's quite topical as well. It's quite topical. It's something we've been harvesting quite a bit of this week. We've actually done really well with our Christmas veg this year. I've got a huge tray of veg ready for Christmas dinner. Carrots, parsnips, leeks, swedes, beetroot, turnips. We're going to Brussels sprouts as well. They're still on the tree at the moment. Potatoes, peas, sweet corn. We've done really well with our homegrown Christmas dinner veg this year. I'm very pleased with it.
We didn't, you did.
I did. I grew it. So question 10. For rotation purpose, which group does the turnip belong to? You've got A, brassicas, B, Slinsiae, such as potatoes, and C, umbellifiers, such as roots. Good one, that one. Good one, that one. For rotation purposes, which group does the turnip belong to? A, brassicas, B, Slinsiae, or potatoes, or C, the umbellifier, roots. Good one. Good one, that one. It's one that I quite like, actually. And turnips are a funny vegetable, I think. Some people love them. We only really have them occasionally, but they are very easy to grow, quite quick at growing. But I'm quite happy with them this year. Well, that has been 1 minute. How many questions do you think you have got right?
2.
Before you think you got, you can see the
No,
answer.
I'm not looking. No, I'm making a point of not looking at the answers.
So that don't count.
I didn't look.
I'm going to let everybody give it a minute to let everybody make a guess at how many they think they've got right. Let's quickly have a look at the questions.
I'm not cheating.
Nicholas says you drink it as well. I think let's talk about the herb. Digger's Potfalls answers up. I tried Googling it and it laughed at me. Jenny says, who's that? Oh, yeah, I got you. Benno's, I tried setting Alexa up, but she told me to shut up and play fair. Good one. The lovely Digwell. So busy, just finished the cake today.
Ooh.
Just reminded me to get the sprouts on. Yeah. Digwell says, grabbing my sprouts, etc. tomorrow. I would do tomorrow, but I'm working tomorrow. So I've done it yesterday. So we made sure we got everything ready. Apart from the turkey that I'm collecting on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, collecting New Year's Eve.
It might be a bit late. Food Forest Permaculture says, peeling my winter apples picked 3 days ago. Greetings, fellow Earthlings. Greetings. He's just outside of Victoria in Canada, Vancouver Island.
Lovely.
Yeah. Nicola thinks she's got 6 to 7. Digwa says turnips are a must in a stew. Scott says 7 or 8. Correct. Well, shall we find out?
Yes.
So the first question I asked is, which weed plant takes its name from the Italian phrase for beautiful woman? Well, the answer to that is the belladonna, which is a well-known plant. It's not a vegetable, but it is a well-known plant. Have you heard of it?
Yes, but I didn't think that's what it was.
No. Question 2. Which television presenter and gardener owns a garden in Herefordshire called Long Meadow? I thought this was going to be quite an easy one. It's, of course, the legendary Monty Don from
Yeah, I
Gardener's
wasn't going
World.
with that one.
Monty Don. Yeah. I've never been to his garden. I don't know if it's open to the public, but apart from on TV, of course. Although I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, because he's, again, not a young person. I reckon he's going to have to start slowing down before two. I think he may have already started for all I know. We don't watch TV anymore. What have we got? No, check on Instagram. Nothing going on over there. Question 3. What herb beginning with A contains a gel with soothing properties?
This confused me.
Because you didn't think of it as a herb.
No, but I did think of the answer.
Yeah. Well, the answer is aloe vera. And it does fall into a herb. A herb, my understanding is something that where you use part of the plant to flavor or medicinal properties. I find it very confusing to try and define that, but it is a herb after all. I'm pretty sure that most people would have got that one though. Question 4. How long does it take to produce asparagus from the first time you plant it?
I think it takes a long time.
How long?
I'm thinking about 2 years.
2 to 3 years is the correct answer.
See, I pay attention to someone telling me something about gardening.
Yeah, 2 to 3 years. If you get an autumn plant, if you get a variety you can plant in the autumn, you can actually bring that down to 2 years, but 2 to 3 years for it to establish before you can really start harvesting. I built a new asparagus bed in our garden, which I'm going to plant up in the spring, but that's not going to be edible until 2028, which is a long time to wait.
I hope
But-
it's worth the wait.
Well, asparagus plant will last for 20 years, so it is worth it in that regard. Now, Kate asked, what was the most common name for an alligator pear?
I want to say avocado.
You would be correct. It is
Oh.
avocado. I believe because it looks like a pear, but with a much harder, almost crinkly skin that looks a bit like an alligator, you could say. That's my theory, but I could be wrong. Now, question 6. Can you eat broad bean pods? And broad bean pods, basically the outer pods of the that you take apart to get the beans out from the inside. You had 3 choices. A, yes when young. No, sorry. A, yes at any time. B, yes when young. Or C, not at any time. And the answer is actually B, yes, when young. You can actually eat the outer sheath when they're young. I did this a few years ago. I was in our old house, and I put them into a bit of a batter and fried them. But I didn't do young ones. I did them of any ages, so even some of the older bean pods. Amanda didn't like them at all.
I don't remember this at all.
But she turned around to me and said, that's definitely a you thing to eat. But I did find that when the pods were younger, they were better. So, yeah, yes, when young is the answer to that. Question 7. What spring garden bulb in the 17th century was exchanged as a form of currency? And Digwell was the one that asked this one, as you may recall from that video.
Was it a crocus?
It was not a crocus. No,
Oh.
you're thinking of saffron, which saffron was the most expensive.
Was it old tulip?
It was a tulip. Yeah, the tulip bulb. There was a
Big surge in
big
tulips.
surge, which is why the Dutch is well known for the tulips, as they were basically using it as a form of currency, and they bred tulips to be more and more expensive to make them worth more and things like that. I think history is absolutely fascinating when you find out things like that. Did you know flowers on tulips are also edible as well? So another good reason to buy them. They're not very nice, but they are edible.
Why do you want to buy them then if they're not very nice?
They look attractive. That's the thing, and they attract pollinators early on in the season. But yeah, they were used as a form of currency. Question 8 was, what would you use to feed garlic? A, nitrogen,
Spoon.
B, manure, or C, potash? So the answer that we've got on here is C, potash, and that would make sense. You do want to add a bit of potassium to the soil in order to encourage good bulbs. But of course, you would add manure beforehand, well, rotted manure that is, and nitrogen is good for leafy growth, but potash is the answer. Question 9. Which of these takes the longest time to mature? A, curly kale, B, Brussels sprouts, or C, shallots? The answer to that is B, Brussels sprouts. They take about 36 weeks, according to the note here. I pretty much sow them in January, February, and March in order to get quite a few harvests out of them. But yeah, they are one of the longest. They take up quite a bit of space in the allotment or in the garden bed as well. They're a big plant, but they are worth it, I think. They are worth it. And as Beddoes says, you do need to start cooking them now in order for them to taste good, according to Beddoes. Last question of this round. For rotation purposes, which group does the turnip belong to? A, brassicas, B, silenciae, or C, umbellifer? And the answer to that is A, brassicas. I always put mine in the brassica beds anyway, but they are from the brassica family. They're also often, along with mustard as well for that matter, but they're often used as a fodder crop or green manure for the same reason. The same as mustard as well. Brassicas have a great little advantage to that. So, out of 10 points, how many did you get right in that round?
1, 2.
Let's go with where were we with the comments? So Digwell says, I think I have 9. That was before we got going. Food Forest can't stay, but wanted to say hello. Need lids for the jars. We'll see you again. So happy holidays. Happy holidays to you. I'm sure you're gone by now, but happy holidays
Let's not
nonetheless.
talk about jars.
Digwell says, number 3, thanks to the bearded growers. Jenny says, what was number 1? Rudely, a family member spoke to. Belladonna. Belladonna. It says that, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Scott says, was it belladonna that women use to dilate their pupils, and that's where it's got its name from? I don't know about that, but I know it's poisonous, and they did use it for fashion, like most, and that's how they discovered it was poisonous. But I don't know if that's where it's got its name from. But I thought it was Italian for beautiful woman. Sure, I heard that in a foraging book. Like so many of these things, there's a lot of folklore that goes with it. Digwell says, I had a dog called long-nosed green-backed Amazonian water whippet. The RSPCA took it away because they said it was an alligator. Oh dear. Scott says, we went with crocus. I think you said that as well.
Yeah, and then I suddenly thought tulip.
Yeah, shoot, got my own question wrong. Jenny says, Steve, I bought snowdrop as summer worth stupid money. No, it was tulips, hence why tulips of Amsterdam.
That's all I've got in my head.
Digwell says, I feed with my garlic with A, which was nitrogen, then C. Yeah.
No one picked D.
No one picked D. Nicola got 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Excellent. Digwell, I did a sprouts taste test video. He did. Well worth check it out on the Digwell's YouTube channel. Rob's got 6. Kate got 8. Jenny got 7. Scott got 9. Rebecca got 4. Nathan got 8. Turbo got 8. I surprised myself there, to be honest. Digwell got 7 out of 10. Hargrave got 7. Hannah got 9 out of 10. Well done. Well done, everybody. I think that's brilliant. So we got the last round. This is a bit of a fun round, actually. I've called this the catchphrase round.
Oh, God.
Catchphrase. Basically, it's a bit cryptic, but the answer to all these is a vegetable. And what you're going to come up with some images. There is one image that I will have to add a little something to because I couldn't quite get it in there. But you're going to see some image and it relates to a vegetable. I'll give you, let me get my timer ready. So I will give you a minute on each one again. So it should give you plenty of time, study the picture and write down the question. Are we ready? Do you understand what I think we should say? Do you understand what we're doing. You're going to see a picture, and that picture
See what
can
you
be
say.
translated, see what you say, or it's a bit cryptic.
Deadly night.
Margaret says Belladonna is Deadly Nightshade. Great stuff so far, says Digwell. Right, let's get into it. So, number one, I'll start the timer. What could this be? What vegetable could this be? This type of thing you'd love, isn't it?
Where is that van?
No idea. No idea.
Oh,
But
is
how could it relate to a vegetable? How could it relate to a vegetable? Is it a van?
well, I don't know.
Is it a van or is it something else? Something. What? It's one of
Stop
these.
talking
I
by giving it away.
I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to say once you know the answer, you go, God, that's obvious. Let's have a quick check on Instagram. Yeah, nothing going on. A lot of people have been joining in on Instagram and then running away, I guess. So you got 15 seconds left. What could it be? What could it be? Taxing, isn't it? It's not easy because I can see Amanda's brain.
I
thinking.
was never great at catchphrase.
No. That's been 1 minute. So the next one. Very much. Yeah. Say what you see. You've worked it out. Yeah. Yeah. Say what you see. Cryptic is the clue. I don't
I'm
want to.
desperately trying not to say what I see.
Turbo Stream says my brain is wired wrong for these cues. It's all fun. It's all fun. Don't forget. I mean, one of the rounds was very easy for you, so we all should do well. I've learned my lesson from that.
Well, so's Margaret. Margaret's never giving you the answers.
Yeah. You got 15 seconds left. I like these cryptic ones. I've got to say, I do like these cryptic ones because they're a lot of fun. That has been a minute. Ready for the next one? Cryptic. This is very cryptic, actually. And I can see Amanda's brain going, what's that? What is that? It could be anything. Could be anything. But when you know the answer, it is obvious. Because what I actually did, I actually went through the questions, put them into the what do you call these, presentation thing, and I didn't look at the answers. I was working it out as I went, and I struggled with this one. But once I knew the answer, it was obvious.
Can you stop saying that?
Yeah, I can, but I'm not going to. 10 seconds left. That's been 1 minute. So for the next one, what could that be?
I don't know, but I'm surprised you're not freaking out.
I am freaking out, but that's the whole other thing. Is why I'm not looking at the screen. That's probably means nothing to anybody. I have this weird phobia about feet, so that's why I can't look at it. Yeah. How long's that been? 30 seconds.
That's not an interesting. That's an interesting foot.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why it brings it out. 15 seconds to go. It cannot go quick enough. Digwell says same here. Same. I cannot look. It's not just me. Thank you. It's not just me. I have this. It's annoying. That's been a minute. Thank God. What's this one? I think this is quite an easy one. Yep, she's figured it out, hasn't she? She's figured it out.
That's a good one. That one. I like it. I like it. That one's good.
Most Miss Pod's good.
It's a bit full from dinner.
Digwell says he'll send me some foot-long beans.
Or a foot-long Subway.
It's no. I'm fine with those. It's just those things. You got 15 seconds on this one. I think you probably don't need it. You probably worked it out. Woxie's just came into the shed.
Sorry, he just huffed at me.
5 seconds to go. And that's been a minute. Oh, right. This should be an apple core. I'd eaten apple core before this. I just couldn't, for some reason, it wouldn't copy. Say what you see, but imagine an apple core just to the side of this jet. Oh, I gave it away, but I did make that one quite easy. Well, what could it be? What could it be? Digwell says, footlong Subway, some good deals on at present.
I can't think the last time I ate in a Subway.
I don't, well, I haven't had one for a long time, but they don't smell good anymore. Nicholas says, my mum had those from a shoe she wore in the day. Yeah. You got 5 seconds to go before we move on to the next one. I can't remember how many are in this round now. There we go. Next one. Next one. Now, this might be a bit tricky because it's an unknown.
Oh.
She's just got it. Well, has she? She may not have done. Who knows? Who knows? I know the answer. Excuse me. 30 seconds to go. Let's have a quick check on Instagram. Nothing going on over there. Apparently, there's some good deals on at Subway at present. As I said,
I know you've told me that twice now.
Oh, okay. I can't stand the smell of them anymore.
Ruru's down the other way.
Yeah, I know. You got 5 seconds to go on this one.
Do you know the answer?
Bit of a tricky one. Bit of a tricky one, this one, but as we said. Now, I think this is a bit of an easy one.
Yeah. Potentially.
Yeah. Potentially. I will be a bit lenient on this. Digwell says, when I buy one Subway, I get the salad and sauces in pots to eat later on. Then rebuild it at home. Lush.
I'd never thought to eat a salad in there.
No, I find the bread very dry now. It never used to be, but now it's very, very dry. But it's been a few years since I last ate a Subway, so what do I know?
But we used to live close to one.
We did actually, yeah. But that's closed down now. It's not there anymore, is it?
Is it not?
I can't remember seeing it when we were there yesterday.
I wasn't there yesterday.
Oh no, you weren't. I don't think it's there. That's been a minute. Now this is actually quite an easy one. This is quite an easy one. Oh, I thought it was an easy one anyway. Hopefully everybody's enjoying this tonight and having a lot of fun. I mean, I know we've had a few laughs along the way because of my...
I'm confused with part of it.
Don't get confused with part of it. It's just a cryptic vegetable. And I think this one, it's very easy to overthink. You've got 15 seconds to go on this one. Have you just figured it out?
No. I'm just looking at someone's comment.
Good job the wife has joined me for the quiz. She's doing well this round. Excellent. Next one. This is quite a clever one.
Good one.
That's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is the vegetable that this picture is hinting at? What is the vegetable? I think you've got to know what. I know there is a big clue in that if you pay attention, but you've got to know what this is. Turbo Stream says my brain is confuddled. At the end of the day, take a guess. It's better to put something down because you never know, you might be right.
Ruru.
I did a pub quiz at our camera club on Wednesday and did do as well. Well, we did all right, but we didn't win. But then I was on a table with 4 people. The people that won had 7 people, which I think is a bit unfair.
Yeah, but I helped you and I wasn't even there.
Yeah, Amanda helped me with that. Near 2 seconds, 1 second. Next one. Oh, this is a bit of a clever one. We had this last year. Hopefully some of you have remembered. It was similar last year. But you may have remembered. But I think I may have to explain this one a little bit more again. It's not easy. It's not easy. But if you know, you know. Got 15 seconds left to go on this one. Alison thinks she's only got 2 at the moment, and Rob says that's 2 more than me. You don't know. You never know. You don't know until the answers come out. And Digwell says to Turbo Stream, join the club. That's been 1 minute. So the next one, and this is the last one. She's figured it out. There wasn't. I made this a little bit harder, but I think most of you will know this. Digwell says, don't explain. I'm not going to explain until I go through the answers. I'd love to see if anybody else has got it, though. Nothing going on over on Instagram. Oh, 1 now. Yeah, I think that's quite an easy one. 15 seconds from now. And we'll get ready. And then we'll go through the answers and tot up and see how many you've got. There we go. That has been 1 minute. Hargrave Gas says, strangely, I did quite well, I think. Turbo Stream possibly won. Rob won now. And Digwell says, don't explain. So how many do you think you got out of that round? I'll give out a minute or 2, and then we'll get into the answers. I've got to admit, those cryptic ones are not easy. Well, they are easy when you know the answers. I'll put it like that. But how many do you think you've got? I'll tell you what, actually, while you were writing up how many you think you've got, I'm just looking at the time as well. I tell you what, let's get into the answers. Cake video is live, Amanda. Nicola thinks she's got 5. So, oh no, I can't do what I was going to do. So the first one, I think we got 10. I need more coffee for this game. 3 for me, says Digwell. They are easy if your brain is wired correctly. Okay. Now I know why I'm not on the quiz team. It's all for a bit of fun. Let's not forget that. Are we ready?
Yes.
Should we get into this? So the first one, carrot.
I thought it was vanilla.
Vanilla? No, carrot. Car rot. Because it's a car that's rotting away.
Yes, thank you. I understood what you said when you said car rot. Yes.
Number 2, potato. I think that was quite an easy one. Potato one.
Yeah.
I got 1. The wife got 9, says Scott. Tommy Brock. Says Scott. Right. Potato. I think that was quite an easy one. Next one. Parsnip. Because the arrow's pointing to the pa, as in the dad. And there's
I thought it was a parent, and I was thinking parent scissors.
You were
not really
close.
That's
you
not
were
a
close.
vegetable. Parent scissors.
Yeah, Digwell came up with cardamom.
I like that.
But parsnip. I thought that was quite a clever one, actually. Next one, onion.
I only
'Cause-
got that because someone gave a wee clue.
Bunyan. How did you get a wee clue?
Because someone said about shoes.
Yeah, Bunyan with a minus B.
Yes.
Onion, I'm going to move that one. Next one, peas. I think that was quite an easy one. Peas. Rugsy, stop it.
I'll go deal with there in a minute.
Peas. I think that was quite an easy one. Next one. Now, there should be an apple core. Courgette. Courgette. As I said, courgette. So that was not that I couldn't get the apple core into this for some reason. But and a popcorn. I can see why you thought that. Next one. Endive. Endive. I
Yeah.
thought that was quite a clever one,
That was a
actually.
good one.
Endive. Not a well-known vegetable, but
Isn't it a lettucey thing?
it's a
Yeah.
type of thing. It's tasty enough. But endive, that's a good one. Broad bean, although
Oh,
I would have accepted bean
I
to
was
be
thinking
fair,
bean.
because I think how could you get broad from that? I think on the original image it was stretched out, but it didn't translate. But broad bean, that would make stretching it out actually. Broad bean. Lettuce.
what's the hands got to do with it?
Lettuce pray. Lettuce.
I just thought it was lettuce.
Yeah.
The hand, as I said, the hands are the thing that confused me.
And
Because
that's
I
the
was
point.
thinking lettuce palm. And I'm thinking, well, what's a piece of lettuce called?
Yeah.
Just one bit.
I think if it was just lettuce, it would have been a bit too easy. But let us pray. Oh, lettuce.
Wilbur.
That was my thinking anyway.
Okay.
So I got to the answer. Rowanberry. Brussels.
Yep.
There was a big clue because there's the actual flag at the top there. And this is obviously some architecture in Brussels. I've never been there myself, so I can't say I've seen it, but yeah, well, Brussels sprouts should be the correct answer, shouldn't it?
Brussels.
Now this is broccoli.
What?
Broccoli. So brock
Is a badger.
is a badger,
Right, I'm going to go double Ruby.
and then there's a collie. So broccoli. So Roxy needs a toilet, I'm guessing. Broccoli. If anybody got that one, let us know. Let us know. And of course, Swede for the Swedish flag. Swede. So, how many did you get out of that round? How many did you get out of that round? There was 12 in that round. And that brings us up to how many did you get throughout the night? Let's go through some of the comments quickly. Digwell says, no such thing as a bad answer, just a poor question. Digwell says cardamom as well. Got that. Man cut. iPopcorn. F35 says Digwell. Rowanberry. Got that. I got 3 right, says Alison. Got that. Scott says Peter Rabbit, Tommy Brock, and Collie Dog. Oh, I didn't know that. Peter Rabbit, Tommy Brock, and Collie Dog. Oh, there we go. I got broccoli. French artichoke. Evening all, rather late, but I'm here, says Andrew. We've just finished our pub quiz. I got 7, says Rob. Best round for me, 9. Even the Garden Author book. 5 out of 12 in the end. That wasn't too bad. That's not too shabby. Nicola got 5. Rutabaga. Hargrave, I got broccoli and lemon in total. Only round I did well in on books aside. Include books. Come on, I screwed that up, but everyone has 12 for the books because I screwed that up. 4, Scott says that's the only round. That's the only one I got. Read the book to the boys many times. I did not know that. I just knew a brock was another name for a badger. Anna says 6. Nathan says 7. Scott says we got 10. Andrew says I'll catch up later, Richard, and get all the answers right. Indeed. So how many did you get in total throughout tonight? Let's top them all up and see how you did. Now remember, this is just for fun. It's not competition or anything, but it was just for fun. And I think it's been a lot of fun. I think it has been a lot of fun. There's been some really good answers coming out of this. And well done to everybody for that. Kate says she's got 8. I think that's just for that round. Nicola got 36 in total. Turbo Extreme, my total was 33 out of 46. Hargrave, 33 in total. Scott says 34 in total. Jenny, 30 for me. Kate, 30 as well. Digwell, 33. So it all looks like you're all pretty much around the same sort of figure. Well done, everyone. Well done, everyone. I think that's been a lot of fun. Good results. Did everybody enjoy that? Was that a lot of fun? Thank you to Margaret, as always, for doing that quiz. Never know, next year she might do the same if we ask her nicely.
I think she should be here after your confusion.
After the confusion, after my cock up. Yeah. Well done, Nicola. What have we got? Great stuff, buddy. Indeed, it was a lot of fun, isn't it? I do like doing these quiz. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks, Richard and Margaret. Nathan got 33. So actually, I think everyone has done more or less pretty much the same. All of you that said you were no good at certain rounds made up for it in other rounds. So, you know, that's good. Great fun. Thanks very much, says Hargrave. Merry Christmas, one and all. It sounds like you had great fun. I'll try it later. Please do, Andrew. It'd be good. Great fun. Well done to Margaret, Richard, and Amanda.
Well done, Margaret.
Nathan, good fun. Thank you, Andrew. There we go. Nicholas says, love these quizzes. It's always good fun, but we were into a little bit of overtime, so we should probably wrap this up. Just like to wish everybody very happy Christmas, whatever you are doing.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays as well, in case you don't celebrate
Happy
Christmas.
Hanukkah. Kwanzaa.
We will be back again next Sunday. I will be. Amanda won't be. Roxy might make an appearance. So next Sunday, it's going to be about what have you learned from this year? What are you taking on with you into 2025? I'm not going to do any cooking or any other things because it's such a busy time. We're going to save all that for the week after when we start getting back into it properly. But yeah, back in next Sunday at 6. Podcasts will be out this week as normal as well. I think that pretty much covers it all up. Thanks so much for joining us. Again, hope you've had a lot of fun. Oh yeah, Turbo Stream. We'll send you my picture montage video in the week. Yeah, if you've taken pictures throughout the year of your garden and allotment, love to see some videos of that. That would be great. Easy enough to do. Turn into a video or something at the same time. And if you haven't, then next year, just remember on the 1st of every month, take a photo of your garden and your allotment and keep that going right throughout the year. Not easy, but it's worth doing. Anyway, I think it is time to get out of here because Roxy is complaining. Right, you take care, guys, and we'll see you next Sunday. Have a great Christmas once again. And I'll see you next Sunday, 6 again.
Bye.
Bye for now.